Turn it up. You're listening to Live and Loud with the Lord, Nelson, that is.
I was searching for something sick to write whenever my pen is strike. It's like kryptonite, I got the vicious sight. If you get me hyped, that's when I grip a mic, turn into Iron Mike to any beat that I ignite, cause boy, I'm nice. They know that's a fact. I'm like Drano on the track because I'm flushing out the crap. Grind mode needed a beast and homie, they know where I'm at. Make these rappers disappear, your boys Thanos when I snap. I got the energy for enemies who wanna end me, and it be when I be spitting cooler than winter breeze. I'm praising God, I'm bending knee. What he sent for me, a symphony, a sensory overloading in every heat. Get with the movement, I am the sickest. It's proven I haven't witnessed you losing with your fictitious intrusion, thinking you know what I'm doing while leaving this beat and ruin. This how a Christian making them listen, making the track that is booming.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, you know who it is. It is yours truly, the Lord. Nelson, that is, for the podcast Live and Loud with the Lord on the CMS network with 5 Royals Entertainment. And ladies and gentlemen, I have another special guest. And listen, I know he's doing things. You can't see him yet, because I have it to where it's going to show me when I'm talking. But when he talks, it's going to be all him. So, you know, it's all love. He's doing some things. I wish I should have put it aside. It's all love, though. But anyway, my brother is, this is a special guest. My guy is he's just a dope individual, an amazing young man. And as always, I'm going to read off a little something about him to big him up, you know, if he doesn't mind. I'm going to do this for him. So, ladies and gentlemen, my special guest this week is a young man of purpose and belief, and an artist who knows who he is and what he stands for. He's a talented writer and lyricist, husband and father, and a lover of music. He brings forth a spiritual perspective in his music that uplifts the fans beyond the present-day debauchery, yet still allows more than enough room for you to dance and have a great time. I am honored to have him bless my show with his presence. And without further ado, I now welcome the super talented Classiq music to Live and Loud with the Lord. Hey, man, thank you for being here, my brother, man. I really, man, you know, I always say special guest, man, but I really mean that, man. You're definitely a special guest. And so I started off like I started off always. Where are you from, my brother?
Fayetteville, North Carolina.
Vietnam is what they call it. I believe it is.
Yeah, some parts, yes. Yeah. Some parts still carry that title. I don't live in those parts. Stay away from those parts.
I got one of my homeboys, which he's really like my brother, man. I'm not like my brother. He is my brother, man. Greg Cornegay, and he's from up that way. He's from Fayetteville. And
that's what's up.
Yeah, he still lives up there, and you know, all of his family and everything. But anyway, you know, I've been up to Fayetteville a couple of times, man. You know, doing what we do, man. But so what's the best thing about being from Fayetteville, man?
Honestly, the best thing about being from Fayetteville is the diversity, honestly, because we're right here by Fort Bragg. Right. So we get a whole bunch of troops in and out. Yeah. And it's not until you leave Fayetteville that you see like how like segregated a lot of stuff is. Like not even in a negative way, but you'll see like areas where it may be mainly white, maybe mainly black, it may be. But Fayetteville is one of those spots for us to be considered small, especially, you know, compared to a lot of other places. There's a lot of diversity in people because of the military base.
Right. Well, that's what I know also, because we, you know, Fort Jackson, you know, here in Columbia, that's what all I know. I'm a military kid, so that's all I know is diversity. And so a lot of times, man, you know, when I would do things and hear other people's opinions and perspective on things, I was just like, that's crazy to me. You know, I didn't understand it. It was just ridiculous to me, you know, the way that people thought, because we all just got along the best that we could, you know. And so it didn't matter what color you are, what religion, man, we were all there, man. So it was all love. So let me ask you this, though. Do you remember when we first met, man?
Yeah, we met in Raleigh at a club. You was performing with Stuck Mojo. Right. I remember it because my homeboy Lee, R.I.P.
Yes.
Lee, big fan of you guys. Yes. You know, he discovered you from, you know, through Fozzy and oh my goodness, I can't think of his name. Oh, Rich Ward.
Rich Ward.
There we go. I knew it was Rich something. Yeah. But I was about to say Stephen Rich. But yeah, because he was a fan through there, and he was like, "Yeah, Fozzy's gonna be here, man. We got to go to this show." And I was like, "Well, all right, man, let's roll in." Yeah. let's go. And that was it.
It did. I remember it. And then, we got a picture. We got a couple of pictures, I think, that you guys took with us, in front of the U-Haul out there, I believe, the trailer or whatever, man. But listen, it's branded in my mental. I'll never forget it, man. What was your other partner that was with you too? What's my man's name?
Oh, Derek.
Derek. Yeah. I just saw a post, rest in peace to his grandmother. And then he got in an accident or something, man, praying that he's
I checked him. I checked on him thinking that he might be hurt or something. This joke was at work. He was like, I'll call you back later.
He's good.
He was at work. I was like, all right, Derek, I'm glad you're okay. He called me on back. Like, you got an accident, just like, all right, well, I still got to pay these bills, though. And he went right to work.
100%. But nah, man, respect to you guys, man, because we had a good time that night. And just like I say, it's branded in my mental, man. I'll never forget that. So I want to talk about, Lee right quick, if you don't mind, man. So how long did you know he was, he had diabetes, right?
Yeah.
How long did you know that, or did you always know that?
I always knew that. So the way me and Lee even became cool is probably like one of the nerdiest things. But we got cool through chess. Like, I went to I wasn't really eating the school lunch because I was trying to, save a little money. It's not that we were broken. It's like my parents gave me a 20 and I wanted to challenge myself. Like, how far can I stretch this 20? Right. And so I stayed out the cafeteria and went to the chess room, and then me and Lee started playing chess, and then we started finding out we loved wrestling, and then literally from there, friendship. It grew from there.
So that has been since high school.
Yeah, I've been cool with him since high school. I graduated 05. He graduated, I think 06 or 07.
Yeah. Man, Lee just, he was really, we used to talk sometimes on the phone too, man. Just a great guy, always supported, man. And it was kind of a shock though, because we all go through things and everybody's got a story, I never knew that, and then it was just boom. So I hit the other guys up. I was just like, man, can you believe that? It's crazy, because just looking at Lee, just like with you, following you and watching your stuff, I used to watch what Lee was doing. So here he is with these bands, and then his photography thing, and he was into it, So it just once again, didn't want to go down there too long, but just a cool dude. Rest in peace, Lee, man. Just a real great guy, man. Most definitely. So,
definitely.
Let's talk about classic music, man. That's what we're here for, man. Let's talk about classic music, man. So have you always been a spiritual person? And if not, when did that true love of God flood your body and mind?
Okay, so when I was younger, I went to a Christian school, and I was going to the church and all that other stuff. But, there's only going to be so much you understand as a youth when it comes to Christ. Some people are going to get it right away, and that's great. Mm-hmm. Other people, they're going to get it. They're going to stray away. Some stay away, some come back.
Right.
And now, while I never denounced God or anything like that, but I can look at myself and be like, I wasn't the most righteous living person. You know what I'm saying? So it just got to that thing of me and my wife wanting to change, and then, getting back into the Bible, reading things, understanding things, and, you decide to follow again and learn, you know what I'm saying? So that's kind of how it went. God has always been a part of my life, but I don't feel like I embraced him maybe until I don't know, 25, 26, maybe. Okay.
Yeah. Indeed. No, I definitely wanted to ask that because, you really are that. I can see that you embody that spirit, man. So I just think that's just real cool, and you don't apologize for it. That's love. That's love, man. So how has your love for secular music been looked at by more traditional and religious people, and have you had any pushback from it?
I mean, there's always pushback in the Christian community. Like, honestly, some of the conversations in CHH, which is Christian hip hop, for those who may not know, there's a whole community out there of spitters, and there's all different types of topics. And one of them is like the secular stuff that some people feel like it's okay to cuss. You know what I'm saying? Like, me personally, I'm like, well, look, if you're gonna make music for God, I don't see why you cussing. Like, okay, even if you don't like the devil, I'm not gonna listen to your record. You be like, man, mother F the devil, man, he a little bit. Like, I ain't listening. I ain't playing that, bro. But it's like, So there's that conversation. So when it comes to the pushback, like I said, it just depends on what side of the fence you're on, because there's people who are like devout Christians who, they'll still listen to Jada Kiss, they'll still listen to Nas, they'll still listen to these people because I guess a part of them knows, like, yeah, I enjoy this music, but it's not like I'm doing this or I'm going to go out. I just respect the art and the talent of it versus anything else. Like, so I enjoy that, and I enjoy like the positive messages of it, you know what I'm saying? So like, because they can be kicking some knowledge, but they might throw in a word here or two, and some people, like I said, some people ain't cool with it, some people are. It really is split down the middle. It really depends on who you're talking to.
I got you. So what would you say that the traditionalists don't understand about the amazing artists like yourself and many others who are mixing hip hop and mainstream themes with the word of God? Because there's some people that are really just like,
Man, look, it's one of those things, like, rap is always going to be the scapegoat. Right. It always has been and always will be. I just recently seen a post of someone telling this Christian rapper that their music isn't of God just because rap is evil, is for the devil, is this, that, and third, is negative. But I'm like, I noticed you said rap, but there's Christian rock as well.
Right.
You feel me? And it's like, you see some Christian, like some rock groups, you can have your positive, but then you can have all the way on the other side.
Right.
But it's you want to bring it to rap as that being negative. So like me, I come from that aspect of this because I try to really be objective when it comes to things.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like you can look at rap and say, oh, well, since there's bad things in rap, you can't use rap to glorify God.
Right.
When there's things that have been tied back to pagan holidays that you guys have used and now use it to celebrate God. It's like, come on, y'all can't, it can't be both ways. It's one or the other. You know what I'm saying? And if you're going to be okay with taking a pagan or an evil holiday and be like, nah, we're going to switch it up and make it for Christ.
Right.
I don't understand why y'all think it's any different than what we doing with rap music. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't see where the difference is at.
Yeah. So I had a conversation with a young lady. I've had her on a couple of times on the show, Jennifer Benson, lead singer of the band Ignescent. And they are 100% spiritual rock and roll in, what she speaks in her themes or whatever like that. But amazing. She's just doing what she's doing. But once again, just like you, she doesn't apologize for it. She speaks that, and that's what she does. But when you're listening to the music, you're not thinking like, this is just that over. It's not just all, this is a godly thing, even though it is all. It's all spiritual. Yeah. But she is, man, when I'm saying they can get heavy, she's handling her business. So I'm just like, yo, man, that's love. And then she's, as you were saying, she's out there with a whole lot of other rock and roll bands that do the same thing. Yes, there is so many bands out there that are rock bands that are spiritual bands, man. So yeah, man, I agree with you on that one, man. It's not calling people hypocrites or whatever like that, but it's just like everybody wants to judge this or that, man. It's entertainment, and man, if the youth of today can grab that and get it, get that message to other people, then it's a beautiful thing, man. So
yeah, it is definitely, man. And like it's always going to be one of those things that's going to be a big controversy, but you just got to roll with it, because sometimes that's your past. It's all right. Sorry, my wife just left. Oh no, we can't do that.
What's going on, yo? What's up? What's up?
I love you too. I love you too. Okay. All right. So I was saying, really, you're rude. You're rude. It's just rude. You ain't even saying anything. You're just making noises. But what I was saying is that the whole thing about that is, like, they don't even realize the spaces that gets us into. Because I can't tell you how many times I've been the only Christian act with, around a bunch of secular artists, and be there to ask those questions. Because there's a lot of times I'm the only type of Christian representation there.
Yeah.
And me being in rap was able to get me in those circles to possibly witness or speak to someone who wouldn't have got that message otherwise.
Right.
So it's understanding, like the unapologetic part is understanding that everyone's path is different.
Right.
Like, so I'm gonna walk this way, you can walk this way. You know what I'm saying? And that's just gonna be what it is.
Well, I love it, man. Listen, segue into one of the questions I was going to ask you. So when you were in that cipher, that North Carolina joint that was going on, right? Yes, yeah. I tell you, I've been watching, my man. I'm telling you, I remember it clearly. So when you were in that cipher with all the other acts who were not spitting what you were spitting, how confident were you that your message would resonate with viewers and listeners?
I'm confident because I'm nice. Yo, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna be absolutely real. Like, I'll be humble when I'm writing. Like, when I'm writing it, I'm really trying to help them. When I spit that joint back, I'd be like, man, I am good, bro. I am nice, bro. I'd be like, yo, I'm like, you're not gonna deny, and it's like, you're not gonna deny that I'm nice. Period. You gonna get the message, but yeah, I'm nice though. That's why I'm 100% confident.
I love it though. No, I love it. I love it. This, like I always tell people, I love when you talk that talk, man. Indeed, you're supposed to be confident about what you do, man. There's no doubt. So who do you really think brought spiritual music to the masses? Is there any artists that you can think of that really? I know it's like Lecrae and there's some other people, but I know there's people before him. So who do you think it was?
I mean, I know, like, if you talk to other people, you got folks like gospel gangsters, and you got like people like The Truth and others who done it. But it is one of those things, like, when you say that, Lecrae is always going to be number one,
right?
Because Lecrae was going to be a lot of people's intro point. Like even when you talk to other people. Like I said, there's people gonna be with the gospel gangsters and things like that. But at the end of the day, y'all know Lecrae made it seem where this wasn't corny.
Right.
So when he came along, you had Trick Lee, Tadashi, you got Andy Mineo, you got KB, you got all these people, and I don't think people realize how deep and dope that spiritual music is and Christian hip hop is.
Right.
Like, and there's a little bit of everything. So yeah, you got Lecrae that'll bring you in, but like, let's say you someone who like lyricists and like spit. You got people like Dayton, you got people like Jared Sanders, you got these people that, like C4, you got Michael Tarver, like that are just beasts. And you're a wrestling fan, right?
Yeah, I grew up watching wrestling. I got a little bit out of it, but yes, indeed, I know wrestling well.
Oh, no, I'm going to say, because Michael Tarver, he was one of the dudes in the Nexus, and he even be spitting that. But, like, so it's like we got that for everybody. But, I mean, to not say Lecrae wasn't the one to take this, like, universal, I feel like would be disingenuous for anybody to say.
Yeah. Indeed. Okay. So, you're a big wrestling fan.
Yes.
So what is it about wrestling that you love so much, man? Tell me what is it, man? What is it?
For me, honestly, the one thing that'll really catch me is the story. Like, I love in-ring action too, but the story at least got to be fire, bro. But I love the like, it depends on what I'm in the mood for. But yeah, like, if you can tell a great story in that ring, I'm all game for it. It's like, look, I know it's fake as far as like the winning outcomes. You know what I'm saying? But these people really get hurt. They really get slammed. You can't fake jumping off of a ladder through a table. There's no way to fake that. You gonna feel that. You know what I'm saying? So, but anyway, Pat said, it's like, yeah, like, stories really that's what gets me into it. Watching the matches is fun, but yeah, the story is going to be the one thing that make me like, all right, I'm locked in.
I got you. So I want to talk about my boy Chris Jericho for a moment. And Chris Jericho, the lead singer of Fozzy, and connected with the Stuck Mojo Brothers. And so my first actual wrestler, even though I used to watch, I'm older, of course, so Mid-Atlantic Championship Wrestling way back in the day, Georgia Championship Wrestling. Yes, indeed. So, the Jimmy Snookers, the Ric Flairs, and Ricky Steamboat, and Wahoo McDaniels, and Dusty Rhodes, and I can keep going on, man. It's just so many. Tony Atlas, you guys might have known him as Samba Simba or something like that, but every Saturday, man, we were there every Saturday we were waiting to watch wrestling. So it's unbelievable. So what do you think about Chris, man? What's the deal with Chris, man? What about Jericho, man? And do you watch AEW also?
No, I've only seen like clips, like, and it's mainly because I be busy. Even with WWE, I can't tell you the last time I sat down and watched a full Raw, front to back. I normally catch clips because I just be busy. You know what I'm saying? So Jericho, like, you gotta respect what he does in the ring,
right?
Like, politics aside, because he done said some stuff, I'm like, bro, you bugging. But you know what? But aside from that,
right?
The fact that he can still get in that ring and go. I mean, of course, age is showing, and it's showing.
Yeah.
But like, I respect what he's done, and I'll leave it at that. I try not to disrespect legends too much. That's wrestling, rap, whatever.
Right.
But it just, I'm.
So he's a legend. So you're saying he's a legend?
I mean, you can't deny what he's done. He's been able to get over gimmick after gimmick. He's been able to last. He's still like someone who can get booked for a card and still put on a pretty good match. I mean,
100%. 100%.
Yeah,
and then they're out there, with Fozzy the band. They're out there handling their business too, which is a great thing.
Always.
And he's juggled so much. But this is the thing I want to say about him, because you were talking about getting hurt and stuff. So he came to Columbia, he sent me, put me on the list. Here I am. I take some of my people down there to the show. And this is the actual first show that I've been to wrestling wise. And so this was a Raw event. So I was in there, man. And so I took this dude that I knew, he wanted to be a wrestler. And I think he still wrestles now. And I can't remember his name right now. But anyway, we're in there and he was just like, yo, man, the the pyro, and this is going to happen and this is going to happen. And when it happened, man, it just grabbed me. You know what I'm saying? So all my focus was like, I was just like, yes, this is amazing. It really is. The show is amazing. And then when I went to another show with Chris up in Greenville, and in Florence, and I was talking to him, and he said, hey, man, let me tell you something. He said, we get hurt. He said, we really get hurt. I said, no, man, I see it. I said, just watching the matches and looking at the athleticism and stuff that you guys have to have. So I big him up because I was just like, Chris, this is amazing. I said, when you see it up close and personal, everybody's like, oh, wrestling's this. Man, you got to big up these guys for what they do. And some of these guys are massive. I'm trying to think of what was the Undertaker was there. He's just like, he said, Taker's hurt right now, but he's still going to get in the ring. And then there was another guy that was even taller than Undertaker. What's the guy's name?
Oh, Great Khali.
Yeah. So I just saw him and I was just like, wow, this is a massive human being. So man, the things that they do in that ring, man, is crazy, man. But we got off on that. But I know you love wrestling, man. So I wanted to ask you about that. But Chris is my guy, though. Definitely on point, dude, man. So how in tune are you with the rap music of today? And do you think because of the subject matter, there has been a significant drop on the charts?
Well, the rap of today, so the rap of today, I feel like is low-hanging fruit. Everyone's a rapper. Everyone can be a rapper. Everyone can come with a quick hit. And I think the reason why it's not on the charts is because, if I'm being real, I think it's because they let people in that's not supposed to be here. Gotcha. I'm gonna tell someone now, like, all gatekeeping isn't bad, like, because there's certain people we should not have let in because they're not respecting the culture. And I'm talking black or white.
Right.
You're not respecting the culture. You're not respecting where you came from. You're not respecting the legends of the past. And you're not respecting what they did to build up on, for the legacy of today. So it's like, now that you got a bunch of these people in who letting you know they don't care about the culture, They're only here to make a quick buck. Yeah. So they're saying the same thing, and the youth are getting tired of it. Like, I'm seeing people in there like 21, 22, 23. Sure. Like, for me, these are prime rap years. I can go to concerts, I can do all that.
Right.
But a lot of them are getting tired of it because they feel like it's repetitive and everyone's dressing the same and looking the same. And it's one of those things where us from the older generation had to look like we told you this was going to happen.
Right.
Like, we told you eventually this is going to not work because there's no originality and no one's sticking out. Like the only people that are sticking out are the same ones that's been sticking out for years. Drake, Cole, Kendrick.
Right.
Those are the three that stick out. Everyone else, you know, and I understand everyone's going to have their, you know, their legends who are going to be legends, but a lot of the other people just ain't. It just ain't like it used to be, and you're seeing it. And I think rap now is starting to get. They're starting to change to where people want more than just the run of the mill. I got money. I'm gonna take your chick. I'm aiming at the ops. I'm this, that, and the third. And even with the women, we're seeing more women come out with bars and be like, look, I'm not showing this, I'm not showing that.
Right.
I'm gonna give you these bars to let you know where, you know, what it is.
Indeed.
So right now we're going through a change. I don't know what the next phase is going to be, but I think this whole we just want a vibe type music has hurt more than it has helped.
Right.
And with being like I said, with being able to just go to DistroKid and pay them some money and put it out, and you know, it just messed up the game overall because now everyone wants to be a rapper and they get a little bit of fame and then they disown and they run off somewhere and then it's like, you know. So yeah. But to answer, am I in tune with it? Like I listen. You know, I give people a fair shot, especially like my son to be like, well, check out this person, check out that person. So I give it a fair shot, but I'll tell them it's like, yo, it just ain't for me. Like I'm not gonna call them whack because I understand music is subjective.
Right.
What I don't like, someone else will love. But I'm like, bro, I'm not. They not making music for me. Like, sorry, they're not making music for me. That's for y'all. I can't get with it personally. So but I'm in tune, but it's like I'm not as deep as I used to be.
I think that's for all of us. My son. They were over for my birthday a few weeks ago, and we were sitting down, you know, with some of his friends, and I watched all these kids grow up. You know, they all played basketball together. They all went and, you know, played some pro ball and stuff like that. So we're laughing, and then we're talking about music. And so now my son, he's 31. So I'm looking at him, and he's like, yeah, these kids. I laugh because it's just like, I remember when I used to tell him the same thing. I was like, you guys, man, I said, I'm trying to explain something to you about this, but I would still listen. He got me into a lot of music, you know, because I listen. I'm going to listen. Now, I haven't listened to as much of the new stuff as today, but all I know is that if a song is hot, it's hot. You know what I'm saying? I really, you know, I'm still doing my own music. I'm doing my podcast stuff now, so I don't listen to as much as I used to. But if I hear something hot, man, I've got respect for it. But I agree with you, man. It's just the subject matter has just become so this is what it is because they're out to make a quick buck, you know. And I'm not mad with them. I know it's entertainment, man. But you know, I still, as you do, love the culture of it, love what it is, and you know what I know what it still is. And then you know, of course, you name Kendrick, J. Cole, and Drake. You know, I love them too. You know, I think they're all dope. You know, but it took my kids. Really getting me into that, you know, because that Drake's first, what was his first album, To Pimp a Butterfly? Was it To Pimp a Butterfly? What was his first album?
No, that's Kendrick's second, technically third album.
What was his first one?
Oh, Kendrick or Drake?
Kendrick.
Kendrick's first album that was on Aftermath was, what's it called? Good Kid, Mad City.
Okay,
he had one before that called Section 80 that people rock with too. That was his first one on Aftermath.
Yeah. So when my daughter was just like, Dad, check this out. And then I listened to Pimp. I said, okay. I said, I'm there. J. Cole is cool. He's cool to me. You know, lyrically, you know, we had that other conversation. I'm not going to go into the other conversation we had over on TikTok. You know what I'm saying? I don't want people coming at my head, man. But it's just the way I feel, man. It's just not that dude is bad, man, but he's just a little boring to me, man. You know, it's just what it is, man. It's cool. When you say he's still in your top 5?
Yeah, he's number 2. But he's in my top 5.
Hold on a second. I'm gonna pull away from the microphone so it's not too loud. I'm sorry, I don't agree nowhere near close. Listen,
that's good.
Probably not even in my top 10. I'm just being honest, man. I know it's subjective, man, but anyway. But I will say, There's a song that he's on with Jay-Z that is one of my favorite songs of all time. I will say that. One of the favorite songs of all time to me. So anyway, so if you could change anything about the state of music right now, that means totally, what would you do?
If I was to change the state of music, I just would wish. Well, I'm gonna just speak solely for rap because that. But just I wish they cared more. Like I just wish you cared more and like to learn because I don't like I said I really try to be objective and let people do them. So I don't think everyone should go back, should have to go back. Right. I do think a part of you should want to if you love the culture. Like I feel like a part of you should want to know where this came from. Like a part of me is like, you should know who DJ Kool Herc is. You should know who Grandmaster Flash is. Right. You should know Run DMC. You should know Curtis Blow. Yes. Yeah, like I said, I may not can say every word to the breaks, but I can tell you that he was the first solo rapper to go gold and the first person to connect rap in the NBA, which is so synonymous now we don't even think about it. It's just like rap basketball just goes together. Yes, not even realizing he was the first one doing the whole basketball, my favorite sport. I like the way to dribble up and down the court. Like I said, I'm not going to sit there and be like, oh, you should know this. But part of me, I think you should care to want to know where a lot of this originated from. But yeah, it's just, I think just caring. Just care about the music that you're making. And don't get me wrong. And I'm long-winded with a lot of answers because I got a lot to say.
No, we're good. Say it. That's why I want you here.
But it's like, I understand everything has its place. You know what I'm saying? So there's a place for party music. There's a place in time for trap that, I want to hustle, get money music, bedroom music, and this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? There's a place for all of it because, I'm not trying to be in the bedroom listening to Mobb Deep. I'm going to be real with you. Girl, I'm about to turn you on and start playing Shook Ones. They don't go together.
I don't know, man. I might be able to make love to Shook Ones, man. You know what I'm saying?
Scared to death. You're scared to look, you're shook, man. The condom made out of Timberland skins. Like, what? Y'all are crazy out here. But yeah, honestly, that's the one thing. If I could change anything, and I just feel like, yo, man, it feels like y'all don't even care about the music no more. Like y'all just want to put out something and make a quick buck. And I'm just like, I just wish y'all cared more.
Indeed. So how much unknown talent do you think the Carolinas have, and why are they not making a bigger impact?
I just think it comes from lack of support on a large scale. Like you have people who do support North Carolina music and people who do stick together, but I just don't think people realize it yet. We have, and just like I just said, lyrical, trap, hustle, we have all of that. Right. We legit have all of that. And I feel like musically, North Carolina is amazing. Like country, rock, even pop, rap. If you want to go more into folk, there's so much talent here. I don't understand why they don't. Even if we look at what we contributed to rap, Lil Brother, you got Ninth Wonder, you got Rhapsody, now you got Cole, and but you see in different artists North Carolina really got something to say. I really wish it was like a Texas thing where it's where it's it gets to a point where you can't deny it because there's so much time. But because I feel like we have that, I just don't feel like it's been broadcasted yet. To where it needs to be. Because North Carolina got some heat.
Well, see, I feel the same way about South Carolina. I know it, and I've been around some of these cats, and I'm just like, but a lot of people still, they want to be from Atlanta. They want to be from somewhere else other than where they are. And then you got to look at the demographics and the population, like Texas, Houston has, I don't know how many millions of people there. Atlanta has how many millions of people there. They can have a, separated from the mainstream of stuff and still have people support them and still go platinum. They can do that. So, and I think that's something that's difficult for the Carolinas also. But we have enough. We just got to come together. It's just I think that everybody wants to be somewhere else, so it makes it difficult. Because when I was younger, it was about New York. It was just like, man, New York, man. I want to be like a New Yorker, man. I want to be like them. They got it. That's where everybody wanted to go. Or then LA had it. It's just like, man, it's crazy, man. So yeah. So what music are you presently working on, and when can we expect to hear something new from you? Because I'm just like, yo, you'll come out and you'll do your 4-bar thing, your 8-bar thing. Then I'm just like, yo, what's up with the music, man? What we doing?
Well, okay, so last year I actually had an album. The album's done, but me and the person who were working on it, I guess had a little situation, and he said he didn't want to do the project no more or continue with it. Like I said, which is crazy because the whole project's done.
Right.
But out of respect for him, I don't send it to people because he's like, if you're with them and you play them the whole album, cool. But he's just like, I don't want to hear this anywhere else, and then it gets, because he's trying to make money off those beats. But so actually there's like a whole album that is done, and if I ever come down there, I'll gladly play you the entire thing. But as far as what I'm working on, right now, someone hit me up online, a while ago, sent me 3 beats, so I'm gonna send those back to him. And right now, I have like a whole bunch of beats that I'm in the process of developing a new flow. Like I'm in the process of really trying to channel into something, and I feel like I'm getting there. Like I really am. Like I'm going more into like an unorthodox, so it's not going to be like, I guess, like super predictable in a way. So I'm really just trying to focus in on that.
Okay, that's what's up. Now I wanted to know. I said, man, talk about no new music, man. I'm saying, maybe be a music person. Yeah, and I got a dude down here, a producer, engineer. He's got his own studio, Scream Team Productions. My brother Schizo, man. I had to link you up with him. He's real spiritual person too, man. But he does it all, man. He's super talented. He's a musician, and anyway, I'm doing a project with him right now.
Oh no.
And he's amazing, man. So I always like to big him up because he's an amazing dude, man. So I love your TikTok page, man. You always have interesting topics, and I respect the way you speak your mind and propose questions that make us think and give our opinions, whether we agree or not. Whether we agree or not. So are you specifically reaching out to a certain demographic?
TikTok, not really. I just, I love music, so I'm just talking about it. And I'm in a position now. Well, I am trying to build my page because I'm in a position now where God has made it clear that a normal 9 to 5 probably ain't in the cards for me. And it's not because I can't get one. I get off because I work in IT, so I get offered jobs all the time.
Right.
But it's just more like personal reasons going on. So it's like, all right, guys, what you trying to tell me? Yeah. And I feel like he's putting me in that uncomfortable position of being my own boss and being my own person. Because he knows and I know.
Yeah.
Y'all can talk trash about a 9 to 5. I'm good. I don't see nothing wrong with it. I got my IT degree. Yes. I know I can get close to and over 6 figures doing what I do. I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah.
But like I said, God is like, I know you're comfortable there, but now I need to make you uncomfortable. Because now I need you to step out of your comfort zone. Because me being a social media person or a content creator, that was never in the cards to me, and nothing I was like, all right, I'm gonna do this.
Right.
But instead of just, God was like, okay, I know you're comfortable there, but I need you here. Type of deal. So yeah, I'm just trying to build and just talk about what I love, and the goal is to, man, I ain't gonna front. If I can do this and make 6 figures a year and just keep grinding and keep raising up, hey, I'm cool with it.
I feel you, man. I am having so much fun doing this. I'm having so much fun with this podcast. I know my son and I, we started a Going In podcast like a lot of people did during the pandemic stuff. But I always wanted to do something with him way before that. And we've been on a few songs, and he released a song called Parents Proud that's going to be on my next project. But, where he's bigging my wife and myself up and just talking about family, man, which is a beautiful thing. But yeah, man, I enjoy this podcast so much, meaning like, this is me, bro. I am wide open. This is me. I get to be myself. I'm not holding back nothing. I'm having a great time doing this. And then my man from the Deftones, he was telling me about, we were doing a podcast, Scott Bowling, another one of my partners, man. Scott's got a great podcast also. But we were doing a show, and Scott was interviewing me. And so he was there also. And so I just said, hey, man, I want to talk to you because, the Deftones are big, man. He's got another group out also. But he's like, yo, no, come on and talk to me now. So I was talking to him and his wife, and they were just like, yo, man, on your TikTok, man, do this and do that. And they were just like, man, it's more about you. It was like, it's about you, man. Handle your business. Yeah. It's about you. Saltines, baby. So I was just like, oh, man. Yeah. So I did it, and it made, I could see the difference now. So, I'm appreciative of all the people who follow me on TikTok. I'm continuing to build it and do what I'm doing just like you, man. So it's definitely love, man. So I agree with you, man. I'm having a ball doing this, man.
Oh, yeah, it is fun. Now, I will admit it is fun. But I just didn't plan on doing it. But it definitely is fun.
I didn't either, but I enjoy it, man. I love to run my mouth too, man, So I know you're talking about this music. We talked about the music a little bit. So tell us why the world should tune into your music and to your TikTok page, Facebook page, all of that. Why should they be looking at Classiq music, man?
Well, one, I am entertaining as heck. Like, I am very entertaining. It is what it is. I'm funny. I can make you laugh. I can bring back some nostalgia, but have some good memories. And also the music is just because it's real. The realest music you're going to hear, because I talk about me, my life, and what I'm going through.
Yeah.
So you're not going to hear shoot 'em up, bang, bang. You're not going to hear none of that. You're literally going to hear a dad talking about, like if I go from what was on my last album, I had tracks of, how nice I think I am. And then I had tracks about procrastinating and not being where I want to be at. Mm-hmm. I had tracks about just appreciating being a grown man and handling business. So it's like, you're going to get just that level of realness, and it's going to be dope while you're getting it. So like I said, you get dope music, real music, and then you get someone who is going to make you laugh and entertain you, every day, because I post every day. I think I'm only missed like a couple days, but yeah, for like the last 2 or 3 years, I post it consistently almost every day.
Yeah, so that's what's up. You got to have that consistency indeed. So
yes,
who would be your dream collaboration other than me?
Well, it gets no better than you. What are we
talking about, man? I know, man.
Let's see. If I was going to dream collaboration, okay, so my favorite number one rapper is Royce the 5'9".
Really?
So I would absolutely love that one. And just as a childhood favorite, which I still love his stuff to today, if Project Pat, bro, like I know I'm like, what's the 5'9" Project Pat? I'm
not fucking. You said Project Pat. I got a good friend of mine, man. He loves Project Pat. And listen,
bro,
what that spitter, man, listen. Project Pat has his thing is his. Nobody else does that project, but that's his. That is his, man. Yeah. So what was it? Getty Green?
Yes. Getty Green. I was just talking about that today. Like, like that album, like Pat was spitting, and so and like it's just the way he flows and delivers. So like on the song he got called Out There. One thing that he does, and he does it on the second verse, and I love it. It's like he'll say a rhyme scheme, and then he'll end that rhyme scheme, and then he'll rhyme, and then the next bar he'll start off rhyming with the last word, but then go into a whole nother rhyme scheme through a new word. And it's like the way he did that, I was like, dude, that is so dope.
Yeah, man.
He's just so clean. Oh man, yeah, get it green, bro.
Ooh, that's a banger. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's a banger, most definitely.
Man.
And the music, man, 3-6, man. Listen, those beats and stuff like that, man. You come on, man. All of this is amazing, man. It really is. Because I love great music, man. And I love that 808 in there and things too, man. He's gotta have that bump, man.
Yeah, man, look, I tell someone, I don't know why DJ Paul and Juicy J don't get mentioned when it comes to like greatest producers of all 100%. Time. Like they should be right up there mentioned. Y'all can call it a hot take or whatnot, but they need to be up there right with the Pharrells, the Timbalands, and whomever else that you call like a great producer. Like they deserve to be right up there. No, they just insane. Like any one of their random beats can be a hit today.
Yes, sir.
Like, you got kids, you got these young kids like that'll take a beat from them and make a hit today. And people talk about how dope the beat is. You talk about a beat like old dude, Deep Deuce, when he did the Crunk Ain't Dead.
Yeah.
He took the If You Ain't From My Hood beat that was on Project Pat's second album, that was like 2001. And he was able to redo it. It's just like, yo, they was so ahead of their time. They beats are so nice.
Well, just like your name, my brother, classic music will always be classic music. You can't get away from it. That's when Puff and Dre and all them were sampling all those old school songs because those songs were massive, and so you can't lose with those because they had that feeling, man. I mean, and music is just one of the greatest things that God has created, man. I'm telling you, man, I love it, man. I love music, man. So. Now, before I get to my very last question, we got to get into something right quick, and we got to get into something. I didn't want to get into that other thing, but we got to get into this one right here because a friend of mine, he mentioned it, right?
Yeah.
You were hating on Prince in Purple Rain, my brother.
This conversation we ain't ready to have. This is not a good movie, y'all. This is not a good movie. Music slap all day, every day. The music slaps. The movie, nah. The acting, come on now. Prince trying to be tough. Where are you? Where are you, you mother effer? Stop it, daddy. Like, nah, fam. Nah. And then the most egregious thing, the villain, Morris Day, picawed at this man. Prince let a grown man go, and then walk off. That's what happened. Nah, we need to accept it. Soundtrack, fire. Movie, nah. Fam.
Hating on Purple Rain is blasphemous, my brother. That is blasphemous. And then the thing that is Prince Rogers Nelson, and he's a Nelson like me. Man, I'm telling you, man, I was offended. I was just like, you cannot hate on Purple Rain like that. Yes, and what's funny is another guy, he's probably about your same age. He said, yeah, man, I tried to watch Purple Rain, man, but I said, dude, you sound like my boy Classiq Music. I said, stop it right now. Right. Now, I will say, before I let you speak, I got to get this off. Before I let you speak, I agree with you that the music was beyond great. Listen, I got a Michael Jackson Prince playlist that, man, I listen to it all the time. Music exceptional, because Prince is like probably my greatest artist of all time. I think he's just beyond anything. I cried, a whole day when he died, man. I'm telling you, man, I sat there and watched TV all day long and I cried, man. Not just the fact that he's a Nelson. I swear we're related somehow, some way we're related. Yeah. But it hurt me though, because his music just was part of my youth, And so now let's talk about the movie, man. And I'm gonna say this, man. That movie went right with that music. Prince did great acting. Lake Minnetonka, I can't even remember the name. Lake Minnetonka. Anyway.
Lake Minnetonka.
Minnetonka, thank you. See, I knew you watched it. I knew you liked it. Listen, I knew you love it. No, I knew you love it. So all the scenes, Morris Day was a great bad person because it's the music industry. So that's how we got it. But anyway, that's what we grew up on, man. I love the movie. If it comes on, I'm going to watch it. Just like with Hitch. I would watch Hitch every time until, he smacked Chris Rock. Chris Rock's parents are from South Carolina, so I put a ban on Will Smith for a while, man, but I love Hitch too. But anyway, I went off on a tangent. But anyway, talk to me what you don't like about that movie, man.
I said in the video, but it's the acting, yo. I try to watch it. It's just one of those. Like, here's the thing. I understand like when something's just for the music and just like that, because I can say objectively, Michael Jackson Moonwalker. It probably, if you're looking at it from a movie aspect, you may not like it. I love it. Why? Because I love Michael Jackson and I understand everything in it. It's confusing and you may not get it, but I love it. Like the whole like the first 25 minutes is all his songs. He's like, and that's it. Then is all his songs. Then it's bad. Then it's speed demon. Then he dances in the desert. Then something happens in the field. Then it's smooth criminal. You know, it's all over the place. But I love it. But with that movie, it's just like I just like I said, the acting really takes me out. And like Morris Day was a good bad guy. But he also just like, it was like, I think it was just so over the top for me. I just be like, look, I understand it was the 80s.
That's what it was.
It was the 80s. It was a different time. So I'm like, I give it that pass. But if it comes on TV, I'm not watching it.
Come on, man.
It's suggested to watch. Like if my wife wanted to sit down and watch it, I'll watch it because it's my wife. But there's no scenario where I'm gonna be like, hey yo, you know what? I feel like watching Purple Rain. There's no scenario that happens in. Now I'll be like, oh, we riding in the car. You know, I'm gonna throw on some Prince. You know what I'm saying? Like,
okay, I can respect it.
Like,
I can respect.
I'm like, oh man, I don't know nothing on TV. There's nothing to watch. Oh snap, it's on Purple Rain. Let me tune. Like, no, I won't do it. I'm not doing it. Listen, respect the Prince, I'm not doing it.
You sound like my wife. My wife was like, and I'm not gonna mention the artist name, big artist. She said they can come perform in the front yard. I'm not gonna see it. And she's serious too. But now, man, I get it and I understand it because when you said that Moonwalker thing, I'm saying to myself, Moonwalker. Then I was like, I do remember. I've never watched that. Because I love Michael Jackson music, but you know, to see Michael Jackson in a movie or something, I don't know. I wasn't that guy, you know. I've never had a Jerry curl, you know what I'm saying? I've never been that dude. I've never wanted to dress like Michael Jackson. My brother did, you know, he used to have a Beat It jacket, the Thriller jacket, all of that. You know, I was just like, you a wild dude. That just wasn't
so me. You never played the game?
No.
Yeah, like most people don't know about the game. More people find out about it after he passed away. I used to feel like I was the only person that knew about it on the Sega Genesis.
You are.
Bro, it's such a wild game. It's fun. I still play that joint though.
Really? Yeah, no, I've never heard of it, man. You know, nothing but love for Michael Jackson, one of the greatest talents of all. I still, you know, put Prince, you know, above. I can't help it. It's just what it is. I think Prince is.
I feel you because I put Michael Jackson above Prince. It's gonna be a controversial.
This man hates Prince. This man hates Prince.
This is gonna be controversial. The only time Michael and Prince was close was in the 80s and early 90s. After that, Michael took off. He went in a different stratosphere than Prince. I'm sorry. I don't think it's close. I know people like Michael and Prince. I'm like, I don't think it's that close.
Hold on.
I don't think it's that close.
You talked about it. You talked about that Thriller album and that Off the Wall album. Yes, yeah. I've been watching you, my brother. So you talked about that. So what do you think was better? Which album is better?
Which album is better?
Yes.
It's hard to beat Thriller. Thriller's a hard 9-track album for any album to be. If you go versus, like if you're going Thriller versus anything else, you're just taking these 9 versus 9 tracks off another album.
Yeah.
It's hard to compete with those 9.
Thriller. Yeah.
Like it's hard. Like, and trust me, like one of my homeboys, Source of Course, which hopefully you follow him because he's dope as well.
Uh-huh.
But he does bootleg verses, and you know a lot of people are like, oh, off the wall winning. And it's like, Off the Wall, I think a lot of people enjoy that more because it doesn't get played out as much as Thriller. Thriller gets played as a ridiculous amount. So if you listen to Off the Wall, it almost sounds new and it's just like fresh to hear something different.
Mm-hmm.
But he did it. Went head to head, song for song.
Yeah.
Thriller won.
Even
the people who love Off the Wall, Thriller won. Why? Because Thriller is a 9-track greatest hits album by itself.
Yeah.
It is. So yeah, but like, okay, so if we're going with him and Prince, the last Prince album that I remember anyone ever talking about, I think was Sign of the Time.
Okay.
I think that was the last one that was like that unanimously Prince fans like champion.
Okay.
But after that, like I said, you got Bad, you got Dangerous, you got History, you got doggone Invincible. And at this time when Michael's still doing this, Prince is still making music, but for the most part, it's really just for his fans.
Well, let me say that.
And nothing's wrong with it, but like I said, it just Mike kind of took off like a rocket. And Prince.
Hold on. I want to put this in reverse now. Hold on a second. Hold on. Let me tell you something. That Off the Wall album, that Thriller album, two of the greatest albums. I mean, two. And I will say Thriller probably edges out Off the Wall. I was just listening to both. Riding with my wife last night, I was listening to my playlist of Michael Jackson and Prince. And I'm going to say this. So you had what? Bad came after Thriller, right?
Yeah, that's my favorite album, though.
See,
that's my favorite Michael Jackson album.
See, to me, that's really kind of crazy because, okay, that's your. I'm telling you, after Thriller, Michael Jackson. I'm like, okay, I don't think I bought another Michael Jackson album. I'm gonna be honest, and I'm gonna say to you, Prince. After Sign of the Times, I can see what you're saying. I'm not mad with you because he went off of this. He really did that for his fans more. You know, he was just being Prince. But my brother, other than Your Butt Is Mine, pause. What other song is on there? Remind me of what song is on that Bad album that's gonna make me say like you're right.
Let's see. Bad, Smooth Criminal,
okay.
Come Together. Liberian Girl, Speed Demon was fire. The Way You Make Me Feel. There's a couple of joints.
Okay. Nice album. Just with those right there. I got you because Liberian Girl was amazing too. Okay, I'm with you. Now, what came after that? Invincible.
Dangerous.
What was on Dangerous?
Jam was on Dangerous. You Are Not Alone was on Dangerous.
Oh, come on.
It was on Dangerous.
What was it? What's the last song you just said?
Was on Dangerous. And then the song Dangerous itself.
Man, stop, man. Hey, listen. That's when the bottom fell out. You had to be a real Michael Jackson fan to like that, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I listen to none of that. I listen to none of that, man. I'm just like, come on, Mike. But I feel you. You know, you just get to a certain point where it just kind of changes and we grow. And it's kind of like what Jay-Z said, if you want the old Jay-Z, listen to the old Jay-Z music. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's real. But anyway, my brother, man, listen, you know I can continue to talk to you, man, because this is enjoyable, no doubt. I have a great time with every guest, man. Every guest is amazing to me, man, and I appreciate you. So the very last question that I have for you is, what was the last song you listened to? And if it wasn't Michael Jackson, it lets me know.
Hilarious. The last song I listened to today?
Yes. The last song you listened to.
Oh, I don't even know the name. It's something from Offset's album. I was giving this album a listen just to check it out. So hold on, wait. I hope it don't take me off. I don't know. So
something off Offset's new album.
It was one of them. Yeah, one of them off of his new album because I was listening to it, checking it out. Just so I could do a review. So I have to go back. I actually have to go back and look.
So no, you good. So it was something off of Offset. It was Offset. All right. So so far, how does the album sound to you?
Okay. It just okay. Nothing wowed me. There is a song called Fan that I think I'm gonna like because he does like a Project Pat flow in it, and then it also has like that old like 3-6 Memphis vibe to it. That's probably the track off the album that I'm like, okay, I can see myself returning to this one.
Got you.
But for the most part, everything else, I mean, it's cool. It's not whack. It's just like, all right, it's cool.
Yeah, I gotta check it out. I like Offset, and I was watching him on the Breakfast Club, so I was like, I want to hear what he's got. I like Offset, man.
Nothing to blow my mind, but it's like, all right, it's cool.
I got you. Well, young man, thank you very, very much, man. I really appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule to hang out with me for a while, man. And of course, to stay in touch. And, if there's anything you need from me, man, just let me know. I'm telling you, man, it's been wonderful, man. It's a great conversation. And I always like to tell people, man, it's not an interview to me. It's a conversation between family, man. And that's how I feel, man. And so I thank you very, very much, my brother. And give the people your information, man, where they can come check you out, my brother.
Man, y'all can check me out anywhere at Classiq Music, Classiq, not C, Classiq Music, pretty much everywhere. Now there is like a artist in South Africa that goes by Classiq, but if you put in Classiq Music, you should be able to find me. Like I said, I'm literally everywhere, and that is on Instagram. I'm not active on Twitter. That's on Facebook. That's on TikTok, TikTok is where I'm most active at this current time. And that's where you can find me. And I think it's Classiq Opinions on YouTube, because I made that one before, like switching it to music. But yeah, you can find me anywhere. And if you find one, you should be able to find the links to the other one, and discover a whole dope vibe that hopefully you come by, like I said, entertain you, talk music, make you even feel nostalgic. And hopefully if you're going through something, help you forget about it for like a minute or two while you watch it.
Awesome, man. That's the proper mindset right there. I agree with you 100%. Well, once again, man, I appreciate you, man. Thank you so very, very much for being here, man.
Man, thanks for having me.
Yes, indeed. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, you know who it is. It's the big guy with the big show, the Lord. Pause. Nelson, that is, indeed, from the podcast Live and Loud with the Lord on the CMS network with 5 Royals Entertainment. And my special guest, I was going to say it 3 times. Classiq Music. Yes, indeed, my brother. Hey, man, once again, thank you, man. Yeah.
I appreciate you, homie. Yeah, and just don't forget, Michael Jackson over Prince, always. Always.
Hey, yeah, he did die before Prince. That's about it.
Ooh, and which one almost shut the internet down? Just saying.
Hey, listen,
one almost shut down the internet, another one did.
All right, my brother, be good, man. Tell your wife and kids say hello, man. Be good.
Definitely, man. Peace.
All right, we talk to you. Peace.
I am the Lord, Nelson, that is.